Hello guys, my name is Will and we are talking about Path of Exile 2. There's a lot of talking about the last patch, the Dawn of the Hunt, and everyone is talking about this, every streamer. There was a lot of negative feedback about this patch, and there's a lot of bad things about this patch, a lot of struggling from all players, so all the content is much more difficult, hard to progress, it takes much longer to reach the end game and start doing maps. Maps are huge now, they are much bigger than before, and there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of new content. Some things are good, some things are bad, but there's a lot of negative feedback from players. Even if you guys check on Steam reviews just went from mostly positive to mostly negative, alright? So from all reviews, it's mostly negative, but the recent ones are mostly negative. 39% of the user reviews in the last 30 days, alright, are positive. So mostly of them are negative, and this is all because of this Dawn of the Hunt patch that brought a lot of more difficulty, a slower pace to this game, and players are not happy with this. We can even check comments. So as you guys can see, Dawn of the Hunt update, everything feels like a total slog, every boss fight is incredibly longer. I mean, I agree with a lot of these comments, it's true, it's much more longer, more difficult, there's a more damage from bosses, it takes longer to clear all the minions because they have more HP. But guys, Path of Exile 2 and grinding gear games they know this, and the good thing about this, there's not much games and companies that do the same thing as grinding gear games, alright? They listen to the players, they listen to the opinion of everyone, and they do all the changes according with the players' opinion and feedback, alright? So they've been doing a patch every day, so I'm just gonna pull the Discord to my screen and I'm gonna show you guys. Because on Discord, if you guys are there, if not, it's a pretty easy way to check all the feedback and the updates they are launching. So from the 8th, we can see, from the 8th they did some patches and they gave some feedback according with players, what they are planning to do and everything else. There's one more from yesterday, one more patch and more upcoming changes. This one is from today morning, so 1:13 AM. They did one odd fix, and 6:30 one more patch, okay? And besides doing these patches, and they keep changing everything according with players, so they reduce the HP from the bosses, they reduce the skills from the bosses, so they are trying to make it not easier, but at least make it better for every player and to make the community happier, basically. And they're also talking about the major changes and everything they are planning for the future of Path of Exile 2 and this patch currently we are playing Dawn of the Hunt. There's also a lot of issues with the Huntress, and that's mostly because it's a new character, and I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about Path of Exile 2. That's just my opinion, because when grinding gear games launched Path of Exile 2, they said this will be anticipated early access, will be early access to Path of Exile 2, and the issue is that this is not really early access, this is a beta, okay? This is a beta test of Path of Exile 2, because there's a lot of bugs, there's a lot of issues with the game, at the moment a lot of disconnecting issues, some people complaining they have their rollback when they get a disconnect, and that's awful. If you just clear the map and you took like 15-20 minutes clearing that map, that you are disconnected and you lose all that progress and you go all back, that's a big issue. Bosses, they have a lot of bugs and they have been correcting most of them, so that's good. But that's the thing, guys. Path of Exile 2 is not really early access at this moment, it's more a beta test, and we are just beta testers that we are testing the game, finding bugs, and they are just correcting everything for the big launch when it happens. So we don't have a date yet, but they are currently progressing on the game, working on the game. There's a lot to do, and I think they just need to... That was one of the bad things they did at the start. They should say this is a beta test and not early access, because when we are talking about early access, we are thinking about a game with no bugs, or at least not much bugs. There's a lot at this moment, and we were expecting something better with better quality and with something that was tested before, and not getting all of these bugs and disconnects and everything else. So about Path of Exile 2 and currently situation, I think there's a lot that can be improved at the moment. The new class can be improved. There's a lot that can be improved. They already worked on her and they did some changes and some improvements, so I think it's much better at the moment. I'm playing at the moment with Antros and doing a lightning build, and I can clear everything and not struggling at all. The bugs I found mostly on bosses. Most of them are already corrected. Everything looks better. When fighting bosses, it's also because I'm stronger, but I don't feel it takes so longer as before. At the moment, it takes like 5-10 seconds to kill a boss. Not that much with the Hunters, but that's because I've been progressing on the passive tree, and I also have a better gear, and etc. As you guys progress, all the game gets easier. And they are planning to launch much more content, more stuff, and I've seen some news saying that a lot of players are leaving from Path of Exile 2 to Diablo 4. So the first thing is, it's okay to play 2 RPGs, you don't need to choose just one. You can play all the games you want, so there's no like, oh, I'm just gonna play Path of Exile 2 because it's better than Diablo 4, or the inverse situation. It's not like that. You can play both. You can play Path of Exile 2 and play Diablo 4. I think they are 2 RPGs, but with a different mindset and a different playstyle. I think Diablo 4 is more beginner friendly. It's easier to start, easier to play. Path of Exile 2 it's much more complex. You need to understand the game, understand everything that goes around the game, crafting, the passive tree, gear, Unix. There's a lot. It's very complex and it takes a lot to understand the game. And I kind of understand every new player gets scared with this. Path of Exile 2 was, I think it was even more complex than this, but I think Path of Exile 2 at the moment, it's getting close to the same complexity as Path of Exile 1. So talking about the players are leaving to Diablo 4, I think it's not a good comparison. Diablo 4, it's on the 8th league at the moment, I think, and they already launched the expansion. Path of Exile 2, we only have half of the game, so we only have 3 campaigns, 3 acts, and it's supposed to have 6. So we have half of the game. The game is still under construction, so it's not a full release, so I don't even think it's a good comparison to do. We are talking about a game that is half done, half finished, and a game that already had a expansion over the full game, and there's a lot more updates coming to this game to make it better. Alright, so if you're not happy with Path of Exile 2, I really understand that, I completely understand, because there's a lot of issues at the moment. Even I've been playing, but not so much as before because of all of these struggles. But the thing is, if you play the first day, second day, and if you see there's a lot of bugs and stuff, just report them, and I'm pretty sure Grinding Gear Games will work on them and solve all of these issues and bugs as soon as possible. Because if you wait for them to solve all that, and if you go back to the game and you play when those issues are all solved, you're not going to feel the same struggle and feel the same frustration as you felt at the first time you played the game when the update released. Alright, so there's a lot they need to improve, especially they need to tell all the players that are buying this early access that this is not a really early access, is more a beta test, because on early access you're not supposed to get all of these bugs and all of these issues that you get in a beta test, which it is what is this game at the moment. Alright guys, this is what I wanted to say about the game at this current situation, at this current moment. I think there's a lot to be improved, and I know there's a lot of people saying that Path of Exile 2 is not worth it, but guys, this is just half of the game, it's half finished. There's a lot, still a lot to come, and a lot to content to bring to this game. So don't think that Path of Exile 2 is that bad, because at least Grinding Gear Games are listening to the community all the time, and they bring patches and they work on it hard, very hard, and you guys can see every day since the launch they've been launching patches, doing corrections and a lot of stuff, and that's something positive coming from them. Alright guys, comment below what you guys think about this situation, if you have the same opinion, or if you think that Path of Exile 2 is not worth it at all and you just want to skip and go play something else. If not, just leave your opinion below. I'll be happy to discuss that with you and talk more about Path of Exile 2. You guys can also join my Discord and talk directly with me and with my community about this situation and all the other questions you must have. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want to follow more content like this about Path of Exile 2, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see ya next time. Don't forget